Hello, I'm Jim May, certified hypnotherapist, certified self-hypnosis instructor. I'm pleased to spend some time with you today to explain the workings of hypnosis. Research has shown that by taking the time to present a preview of like what we're doing here today results in a higher degree of success and longer lasting results. First, let me review some of the terminology and maybe even address some of the misconceptions you might have about hypnosis from either movies or television or reading. By the way, take notes if you would as I go along here. I'll be pleased to answer them after we're finished and at any time during our sessions later on. Let me explain the workings of the mind. They consist of the conscious mind, the subconscious mind, the unconscious mind, and a quality control factor, which I'll explain later on. The conscious mind can be represented, say, by the front of my mind, as I'm graphically displaying here. And that's the area that analyzes everything else that's stored in the rest of our mind, such as references for crossing a busy street. It allows us to do 3 or 4 or 5 things at a time. You're watching this tape, you're thinking about it, you're referring to your notes, maybe to ask me a question later on, and recording that by writing it down. Our conscious mind handles all those functions. The unconscious mind, I'll represent by what's occurring in the back of our head, is something that goes along on a daily basis, controlling all of our bodily functions, such as our breathing, our heart rate, our perspiration, blinking of our eyes, things of that nature. That area is hard to change, but it's possible. We've seen it in Dr. Pavlov's experiences with his dogs. He rang a bell before feeding them, and as an experiment, he continued to do that, and then one day didn't present the meal, rang the bell, and the dogs would still salivate in anticipation. We know that, therefore, by pairing an influence with an outcome, that area can be addressed as well. However, we spend most of our time with the greater interior workings of the mind, the subconscious mind. That's the area that records every single thing that occurred to us from the day we're born on forward. It's a blank slate. It contains everything that's happened to us, the good, the bad, the happy, the sad. It does not distinguish from any real occurrences or those, for example, in dreams. And this is what allows us to enter the mind, that area of the mind, and with hypnosis and make suggestions for remediation. We might have had some experiences and generally they're all occurring before age 5 or 7. And at that age, everything seems big, good things and bad. The people are big, furniture is big, and problems and everything else that happens to us seems big. And our mind doesn't distinguish that as we grow into adulthood. We still remember something big happened to us, and whether it was a good or a bad thing. In the case of hypnosis, we're usually correcting things that are influenced by something that was bad in our early life. We can go back in there and offset that and neutralize it with a positive suggestion and a positive experience, which then, as an adult, is recognized as something that is easily dealt with, and we can remediate bad occurrences and bad habits and things of that nature that are affecting our health and well-being. These three areas all work together, and they give us our daily ability to function in life. That's guarded, however, by the what's called a critical factor. This is a kind of a quality control element in our mind that doesn't allow illogical references to influence us or unsafe references and maybe something that's immoral or illegal as far as your moral values are concerned. In hypnosis, what I'm doing is I'll be talking to you, you'll be focusing on what I say, and together we'll make a decision whether this is a logical thing to do or not. And you and you alone will make a decision to go forward with that suggestion. We enter the subconscious to do all of that and insert remedial influences to things that might be helped, such as uh, uh, nail biting, uh, stopping smoking, weight loss, pain relief, and other life discomforts which offset our health and well-being and reasons to have a happy life. Uh, I want to let you know as well that in hypnosis, you're not actually sleeping. You're in a a very highly relaxed state, which we call a high degree of suggestibility. And this allows us to confer with one another. You'll be able to speak with me, and you'll be able to remember everything almost like a daydream. So it's a very healthy interaction with people like yourselves who have concerns about repairing their life. And I'm very pleased to be a part of it. I thank you for your interest, and I look forward to helping you along the way. Thank you again.